So today I wanted to make a video about the most underrated snake. You don't see them everywhere, but they're still beautiful snakes and very affordable. Let me know down below if you agree with my take on the most underrated snake. Without further ado, let's get started. The animal I wanted to talk about today was no secret. It's going to be garter snakes. A quick disclaimer to just get out of the way is I've never owned one. The information that I'm pulling from is catching them in the wild, seeing other people take care of them, YouTube, and care guides. So do your own research. The first point I want to cover is just the cost. They are very cheap to get. You can get a garter snake for like under 50 bucks. I think a lot of the animals you can find commonly in the US are cheaper here if you want to buy them as a captive bred pet. And to kind of stem into the next point, even the morphs are pretty cheap. Like if you want an albino garter snake, it's 150 bucks, which is about the same price as a lot of other albino animals. But for the most part, when you get into the less common reptiles, morphs skyrocket in price. Like when I first got into reptiles, before hognoses were big, there was like albino and anaconda. And getting anything but a normal hognose snake was way more expensive. Not garter snakes. You can get a normal one for like 50 bucks, and even if you'd like something cooler and more rare, it's still not $1,000 or stupidly expensive. Their care is also fairly simple. The only downside I've heard is the diet, because they can eat insects, fish, and mice, which is a good thing. But if you've never had a snake before, getting a snake that's going to randomly decide to stop eating a certain type of food is going to be challenging. But other than the diet, I mean, pretty similar care to a corn snake. The next thing is a topic I could spend 45 minutes talking about alone, and that's going to be paludariums. You can put garter snakes in paludariums, which is essentially an aquarium and a terrarium in one enclosure. So you got your like fish in a little like pond area at the bottom, and then trees and branches and everything going across, and you can put reptiles in there. I think some people do crabs. I basically am only interested in the reptile ones, but I'll show and shout out some dudes that do an amazing job, because there's a lot of people in this community that blow it out of the water with paludariums and custom terrariums. So yeah, that's just one of the awesome things about them, is just picturing like tree branches over a body of water and like the garter snakes hanging over it, staring down at the little guppies. Really something I'd like to do at some point, but that's going to be far in the future. The other great thing about garter snakes in terrariums is you can house them communally, which almost never happens with snakes. Especially these guys, they're cannibalistic. But garter snakes, some people have said they even benefit being in groups. I don't know if there's truth to that. They do like to like hide under the same spot and cuddle up together. I don't know if that's for warmth or if that's just because they all like the same spot. No idea. But you can put, as long as you have a big enough enclosure, you can put 2 to like 6 garter snakes in the same spot, which looks pretty cool. And I don't know, it's just a fun thing to have. And also another good thing about garter snakes is they're less intimidating, right? If people don't like snakes, then a ball python looks like a lot. And a garter snake might seem less scary. And they just are more friendly. I don't think I've ever seen a defensive garter snake. The ones I've handled, like, they just want to run away. No attempt to even strike. So yeah, they're just a very, like, I don't want to say nice, because snakes don't love you. They're just not hating you at the moment, so they're good snakes. So yeah, garter snakes are cheap. There's some good morphs you can get that aren't stupid expensive. Care's not horrible. Put them in sick paludariums. I'd love to see more of those, by the way, just those amazing builds of terrestrial and aquatic. It looks great, and it's really cool to see animals discover their environment in those. Like, I think I saw one with a caiman lizard, which was sick. You can house them together, which, you know, how many times have you heard that said correctly in the reptile world? And they're nice pets. So as always, please like and subscribe if you found this video entertaining and or educational. And I'll see you guys in the next one.